Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up, as we always do on early edition day. We start with what is coming the rest of this week, and then we talk about what's ahead for next week. So on Wednesday, August 6th, Finn, Tanner Novlin, is stunned when Grace Buckingham, Cassandra Creech, confesses all the dirty details. Now, we already had her giving sort of a top-level confession where she told Finn she made it up. She faked Liam Spencer's, Scott Clifton, diagnosis, and she said why she did it. But there's more to it beyond paying Reese's debts. Grace is going to reveal more things, like, for instance, I suspect drugging Liam to mimic these cancer symptoms. It's absolutely awful, the more that Finn hears her unpack. After coming totally clean, Grace asks Finn if they can just keep it a secret between them. Grace's attitude may be that, Bill Spencer, Don Diamond, won't miss the $1 million. Liam's okay. So, can we just let it slide? And of course, Finn's going to be appalled that Grace has the nerve to ask him to cover up what she did. Ridge Forrester, Torsten K, dives into the waters, swimming towards Brooke to save her. We should see a redo of Tuesday's scene where Nick was struggling to steer the boat and then got caught up in another boat's wake because they were side by side. Brooke fell off the back where she never should have been riding. Plus, they weren't even that close to shore, but Ridge dived in. That's a long swim in choppy water. And can't Brooke swim anyway? It's badly written, but Ridge is going to swim all the way over there and rescue Brooke. That's going to be the epiphany. Resparks those strong feelings in Ridge for Brooke. He will have to admit that Eric Forrester, John M.C. Cook, was right. The thought of losing Brooke is just too hard for Ridge to bear. It changes everything. Catherine Kelly Lang had a body double, a stunt double for this shoot. And we're going to see in the end, Brooke winds up in the hospital in Italy, I'm sure, as a precaution to get her checked out. No doubt with Ridge loyally right there by her side, because this has flipped a switch for him. I do expect an entire montage of Brooke and Ridge flashbacks, all that stuff. On Thursday, August 7th, Lee Finnegan, Naomi Matsuda, and Sheila Carter, Kimberlyn Brown, surprise each other during an encounter. Sheila is frustrated that Lee is not telling her where she put Luna Nozawa's. Lisa Yamada remains. She's not asking hard questions. Sheila just wants to know, did you spread the ashes on the beach? Did you bury her? I just want to go get some closure. So I don't understand why, except for bad writing, that Lee doesn't just say, oh yeah, I spread her ashes on the beach. So Sheila may follow Lee or just show up out of the blue at her door. And I expect Sheila may catch Lee tending to Luna. Sheila and Lee might handle this. I do think they will handle this drastically differently than the whole confrontation over Finn. I think that they might bond over their shared love of Luna, especially since nobody else loves her except those two. Grace's world comes crashing down on Thursday. She knows that her career is likely ruined since Finn is not going to cover for her or let this Liam scam stay hidden. I do suspect Grace is about to lose absolutely everything. Finn is going to hold her accountable, and I'm sure Bridget Forrester, Ashley Jones, is going to want that too once she finds out. On Friday, August 8th, Finn forces Grace to go with him over to the Spencer mansion and come clean to Liam completely. Finn wants Grace to go ahead and tell Liam the truth. He never had cancer. Hope is there for this conversation as well. And Grace really has no choice but to do what Finn demands because she's cornered and she's obviously in a state where she's going to have to beg for mercy on Bold and the Beautiful. Liam and Hope are in absolute shock and disbelief when Grace starts to tell her story. I do wonder if she's going to make a full confession like she did with Finn. I suspect that Grace wasn't just lying about the cancer diagnosis. As I said, I believe she was drugging Liam to trigger the symptoms. I mean, honestly, Grace could have killed Liam depending on what meds that she was using off-label. Hope gets a call from Brooke telling her that she's in the hospital after a boating accident. Hope is going to be stunned and worried. I do wonder if Brooke's going to tell her that things have changed with Ridge while they're away. The week of August 11th through the 15th, Grace faces major fallout from Bill and from Finn after her shocking confession. Bill's going to fly off the handle, and it's less about the money, more about drugging Liam and cutting open his head with fake surgery and, scaring Bill's son that his life was over. This scared Steffi Forrester, Jacqueline Mack Innes Wood, and Hope as well. Bill may press for Grace's arrest. We may get a Deputy Chief Baker, Dan Martin, scene. We'll see. I do wonder if Grace is going to beg Bill and just throw herself on his mercy. I don't know how much he would have. He is glad that he is back closer to Liam and all that, but this is super dodgy. Hope and Liam struggle to process the awful truth about what Grace did and what's next. Daphne Rose, Muriel Hilaire, is back in town and she still wants Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor. So that may be kind of an interesting four-way dynamic there. Finn and Bridget are likely going to push for justice at University Hospital. No matter what kind of consequences Bill wants to see, if he wants criminal charges, fraud, something like that. I do expect Finn and Bridget to want Grace fired for what she did because she doesn't need to be doing any kind of patient care after this. Sheila is going to push her way into helping Lee save Luna. Obviously, she'll want to be part of the caretaking. This could actually be a weird bonding moment for Finn's two moms. I mean, nobody would expect to see Lee and Sheila cooperating together on anything. And in the end, I think Lee's going to have no choice but to accept Sheila's presence in Luna's life just because she could bust her out if she doesn't let her cooperate. Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, worst fears come true. When Ridge returns from Italy, he's going to need to break the awful news to Taylor that he had this big epiphany about Brooke. And we expect to see Taylor heartbroken very soon. Ridge may feel terrible, but once his mind is made up, we all know how stubborn he is. Eric's going to be feeling quite triumphant. Brooke and Donna Logan, Jennifer Garez, and Katie Logan, Heather Tom, and Hope are all going to be jubilant for this reunion. And the bottom line is Taylor's basically all alone when this happens. And Steffi is not there. Thomas Forrester, Matthew Atkinson, isn't there. So this may hit her really hard. Daphne may press Carter on whether Liam will want Hope now that he's totally healthy. Eric may fake sympathy with Taylor and play nice. We'll see. And staff at Forrester Creations react to Brooke's near death and the reunion with Ridge the week of 8/11, August 15th, 2025. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay with us.